folks, welcome to Dungeons, Discourse, and Dragons.
Or something like that.
Dungeons, Dragons, and Discourse. I was sorry, I was just distracted by my co-host, the one, the only, Glen Oldman Grognard Hallstrom.
Glen O'Holstrom. Yes.
Hallstrom. Glen
Yeah.
Hallstrom.
That's a weird name right there. Save it for your D&D game.
I got to put an Hallstrom in my game now.
Oh, sure.
Oh my God. We weren't. By the way, because of my wonderful ability to not read a calendar, or apparently listen to YouTube channels that I watch constantly and actually pay attention to what's being said, I thought I wasn't going to be here tonight. I thought I was going. And Rachel's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like,
We're not
sure.
that lucky. We're not
I'm
that
sure. Lucky. And we were going to do this on Thursday, and I thank Glenn for the willingness to.
I'll bet we get nobody because everybody thinks it's going to be Thursday.
It was like I was here yesterday, and there was nothing here yesterday. You bastards! Yeah, you fucks you. I don't like you no more. None of you.
Well, we got a couple anyway.
We got a couple of troublemakers, Elle and John. But
so is this the part where I talk about you being backed up?
No, this is
okay. And I'm wearing my Harper shirt.
You gotta see that's cool. See now,
like that?
you could wear that in public and people just think you're a Guinness fan. It's like
Harp lager, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so you like the Guinness and the harp, eh? No.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, sure.
Sure.
They got. They're branding with Dungeons and Dragons now. I had no clue.
You know, I'm never ashamed to admit I play Dungeons and Dragons, but lately, if I wear shirts like this, and somebody who is not a gamer asks me about it, I'm lazy enough to say, "Oh, it's a computer thing, something to do with computers."
Oh, yeah.
I'm not ashamed. I'm just lazy. It's like I don't want to sit here and have a 10-minute conversation with you about this. So.
It's all about this computer. Listen, that used to be me when I was hanging out at the my old pub, the old man pub, and I am 56. I am not a spring chicken, but everybody else was. If you were there during the daytime for lunch, you were generally retired, and there weren't too many people that were retired in their 50s. And I'd wear like my Frog God shirt, like I'm wearing now, or one of my other gaming shirts, and they'd be like, "What's that?" I go, "It's role playing games. I'm going to a gaming convention next week." Oh, like poker? It's like, yes. Yeah. We're gonna be going. We're gonna be playing poker. No, we're not. Oh yes, I'm a troublemaker, hated by Shona, the Bro SR, and the Young Splainers.
I don't want to hear about Bro SR, right? It's OSR.
The Bro SR.
Hello,
it's like yo, bro. I'm not your bro. Okay.
I thought it was just a bunch of gatekeepers or something.
Well, there's a lot of self-elected gatekeepers. And listen, the great thing about the OSR is it's very ill-defined.
It's booze. That's what's great about it. Yeah.
Well, it's a loosey-goosey definition. It's kind of like, well, I know porn when I see it. Well, you know what? I know the OSR when I see it. And games like Shadow Dark are OSR. Okay? And I know there are some strict originalists, maybe I should call them. Something like a religion. That's very too far away from the source material to be considered OSR.
I might have to actually look at that game.
Shadow Dark is nice. The quick start is very complete, we used that for the random party generator to run a couple of sessions on this very channel, and they were well received. So, I'm trying to get to your all comments. Glenn is playing a video game. My son should fucking know by now. Sorry. Glenn is playing a video game to have sex with bears. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3.
I hear it's nice. Gage plays it. I don't.
Yeah, I've heard that. Listen, Baldur's Gate 3 is what WotC wants D&D to become. All right, they want it to become a digital product they can sell to you without you owning anything physical. With you buying, oh, hey, buy this extra pack. Your fighter needs a better sword in your D&D VTT game, and by getting people in on digital, because they don't. Glenn, I don't know if you saw this in their quarterly stock address that they did, but
Oh,
Chris Cox, and by the way, I always feel like I'm 12 years old when I say the name Chris Cox. I mean, your last name is Cox. Your parents shouldn't name you like Chris. It should be like, like, oh, I guess Bobby Cox would be worse, right? Bob Cox.
Dewey
There's no
Cox.
good. Yeah, there's probably nothing good that goes with Cox. I mean, as a name, not saying in
Right.
general.
Right.
I'm just stating. But he was making a comment that there's like 80 million D&D players, and I don't know where they got that number from. But I will assume, based upon the following number, they got 80 million D&D players, not based upon tabletop RPGs, but 80 million people playing DDO and playing the various Dungeons and Dragons releases on Xbox and
And they only play because Chuck Norris lets them.
God damn it, Chuck! Thank you, Chuck. But
That's one of my favorite WoW commercials. There's
Chuck,
only millions of people in a WoW because Chuck Norris lets them play.
there you go. But then he always follows it up with, but there's 800 role playing game players, 800 million, and I was like, that's nearly a billion, and I don't think that he quite has those numbers right. But if you talk about people playing, I don't know, RPGs on their phones that really aren't RPGs, they're computer RPGs, then that's the market they're looking to tap with their VTT. They don't care about you tabletop gamers. If you got dead trees behind you, stacked on shelves, your last year's news, man. They want the kids with disposable income, and they don't want to have to inventory anything, send anything, put anything in
Right.
on a UPS truck. So, oh my god. Uh,
Well, I just see it this way as like, oh, you want me to pay for the privilege of playing D&D online and I can't own any physical books, but I get the experience. Isn't that porn?
well, so
I
here's the
thought
question.
I thought they were talking about hookers. So
Yeah. Well, all right. So, Glenn, I'm gonna now. He actually used this phrase, and I want you to define this phrase first, because theater of the mind. What does the theater of the mind mean to you?
laziness on my part.
Well, when you're,
Yeah, it's all in here. It's all in here.
I mean, I can remember books that I read better than movies that I saw a lot of times because
Really,
my mind, yeah, I
I'm the
like
other way around. So
I can remember scenes from like Sword of Shannara or Belgariad, what 30, 40 years later, because my mind built that scene. I can imagine scenes as a player, not as a DM, but where I was as a player. I can imagine how things played out in my mind. I can still visualize the game session. And Chris Cox says that we're going to be bringing more theater of the mind to people as we integrate digital. That's not theater of the mind, then, dude. That's I don't know, enhanced
Yeah.
virtual something or other. That's not theater of the mind. But they're they use very loose definitions. If anybody who complains about loose definitions of the OSR, the loose definition of what an RPG is, just go to fucking WotC or Hasbro, and you'll see a very loosey goosey definition of what it is. They don't think they really do think that if you all sit around a table with Alienware laptops playing on their VTT, it's theater of the mind, and that's just not it.
Now, if there's pictures in front of you,
Dirty pictures.
any pictures,
Oh,
I don't discriminate.
somebody let a lawyer into the room.
Ty's here.
Yep.
I'm still getting a little bit of flicker on my video here.
Hey, yeah, not as bad as before though.
No, I had to switch browsers. That's all.
Okay. Before you were flickering, like we'd have to put up one of those warnings like certain video games do.
Mhm.
We might induce like an episode a fit if you watch this for too long.
Mhm.
So close one eye and maybe it won't affect you as much. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I'm just catching up on the chat.
That's fine. That's fine. Yes, theater of the mind. The GM tells you something, describes something, you tell him what you're doing, he's going to tell what happens. That is theater of the mind.
L, what was the video about? Are you trying to stir trouble with L? Because L will just drag us down a rabbit hole of shit. Nothing against L. I'm just pointing out the fact that, and I've already dealt with enough shit coming out of holes in my backyard. I don't need more shit tonight. All due respect to Tom and L. So, Baldur's Gate 3 does not have microtransactions. Okay. Well, I'm going to guarantee you that the VTT will. The VTT will have a subscription, and then you can go, well, the subscription is just so you can play. But if you want that new armor set so your guy looks really sweet and hip, it's going to be an extra $1.99. It's like, come on. So
I could buy a Coke for that price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it, dude. I can buy a roll of toilet paper for $1.25. God damn it, $1.03. You think I'm gonna spend $1.99 on a suit of armor that doesn't even exist? Maybe. If it makes my character look really cool and I can take a screenshot of it, maybe I'll have to do that.
Yeah, but you can't wipe your behind with it.
Well, probably not.
Little bit of dinner on my lip there. There we go.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a reach. We don't really do many.
I had pasta, so I had pasta.
The pasta I
made.
Wait. Now time out. Yes. You made the flour, you cranked the machine, you laid out the pasta, you let it dry, and then you put it in the pot to boil it? Or
really? You're gonna go there? No, I bought the damn pasta, but I made the sauce.
Okay,
no, I didn't make it from scratch. I mixed the sauce. Let me put it that way.
Now, when you say you mix the sauce, is this like you had
2 cans of sauce? I dump it in, put some more stuff in it, and
okay, so kind of like running an adventure, and you kind of customized it to yourself.
Yes. I do my own thing with it. It's delicious. It is delicious.
There you go.
It doesn't use any of Becky's garlic powder. Mainly because that's because I saute a clove of garlic.
Okay. Well, listen. Becky's garlic powder is the closest thing to fresh garlic you can get without having fresh garlic. So if you got fresh garlic, if I love garlic on my food, and I've had some decent dried garlic. I don't like garlic salt because it just adds too much sodium. But some decent dried garlics and a scale of 1 to 10, you know, Becky's is like the Rooster is like a 9.5. If fresh garlic is a 10, and for most purposes, like when I made the pizza the other week, uh, the dough was a mix, but everything else was pretty much, you know, from the garden and all that stuff. But I was like, I don't have any fresh garlic, son of a. But I had
The garlic powder.
the garlic powder, and damn, it was good. And I put it into my pickles when I did my pickles, which reminds me, I got to eat some pickles tonight. My refrigerator.
I saute a clove of garlic and a green onion. Cut them up, saute them, and then I dump the sauce in.
Oh, nice.
A little sugar, a little lemon juice, some oregano, Italian seasoning. Boom, we got sauce.
Yeah.
And it was wagon wheel. I got a thing for wagon wheel pasta lately.
Oh, the round ones with the cross.
Yeah, they look like a wagon wheel. I love those things. And I make enough so I can eat on it for like 3 days, which is a win for me. Just put it in the fridge. Yeah.
I mean, we've discussed it on Gamers Health, but, you know, if you want to eat better, whatever you're doing, you got to prepare in quantity so you can cut down on the amount of cooking time later. Like if I'm going to make pancakes from pancakes, I'm going to make enough for 6 servings. So me and Rach, and then two other days of breakfast. I don't have to cook, right? I can just
I mean, everything I do, frozen pizza, red beans and rice, you know, that stuff. It started with frozen pizza because it's like, hey, I can't eat all that much, but I've got a lunch for a week here. So
there you go.
Stir the pot. Yes, stir the pot.
Stir the pot, Glenn. Oh, that not stirring the pot like L. I mean, stirring the pot like cooking food. I got you. And Tom, I'm afraid to ask who got unadmin. Probably don't. I probably don't want to know.
You didn't even know it.
Oh, and by the way, folks, yes, that's an affiliate link on the screen. Grazie is my my weakness. It is a red wine that comes in it's a box. Gotta say, it's in a box. Keeps it fresh though. And each box is equivalent of 5 wine bottles. It's low sugar wine. It does not spike your blood sugar, which is a concern for me. I love my red.
Are you drinking it now?
No. Now I've got my circle. I've got my these things were big like a year ago.
Wait a minute. Is that the thing with the flavor ring on it? Gavin, my grandson, bought me one. He bought me one, and I can't. He says you got to smell it. It's like,
oh no.
Tastes like water to me. That's the one he got me. It's like tastes like water to me. I can't tell.
There's 2 different ones, and I know which one. I watched it on YouTube, folks. But a surprise.
Well, he was trying. The kid was trying.
On freaking reviews. Just a great YouTube channel if you want to see. I've seen on TV stuff. And they did a review of that one and Circle. And yeah, that one you have to smell. So kind of like when you're doing this.
I can't smell it though. My nose, they said, well, some people can't do it. So I said, well, sorry. I know he's trying to help me with my health, but don't spend money on me like that, kid.
So this one, it actually, the water itself is not flavored in the bottle, but as you suck it through
right. I thought that's what this. No, I thought that's what this thing did. No, it doesn't do that. No.
So this one, we got this at Walmart, and then I think the flavor inserts are, I don't know, $3.30 for 7 bottles worth of flavor, which isn't bad. I mean, it's the Fit Sip is what they call the incense. No, Doc, you can't all stir the pot. There's not enough pot. Oh, wait, that sounds wrong.
Unless you're three witches from the Scottish play.
Okay. In which case, you can all stir the pot. You can all wait.
Three weird sisters. Three weird sisters.
Theater of the mind means how we played in the old days with just paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And if you were lucky, your DM had a few miniatures to place on the table. Never for like line of sight. But it's like, oh, I got this cool miniature. I got to find a reason to use it. Or
we played with miniatures on a battle mat, and we didn't even draw anything on the battle mat. We just needed to know who was where.
Yeah. I mean, I remember using dice for marching order. All right, who's the D4? Who's the D8?
I remember using dice for minis.
Yeah.
Whether it's player characters or monsters. I've got tokens now, and I've got these blank ones I can write on. So that's what I use.
So
there you go.
There you go. And knowing is half.
Hey, how many people do not use tokens? I mean, how many people, how shall I say it? I mean, yeah, theater of the mind, but how many people use tokens for miniatures or something else for miniatures?
Are you talking on a table or a VTT?
On a table. I'm going to talk on a table. The VTT doesn't count because you can put any, I mean, I could take a crap and put a picture of it on there and it wouldn't, you know.
Well, because, I mean, if I'm at a convention, and that's how I do most of my face-to-face gaming, it's all theater of the mind. I'm not worrying about minis. I'll have a piece of scrap paper and know in the marching order and crap like that.
Yeah. I mean, but if you want to use minis, but you don't want to use minis, you get what I'm saying? Get what I'm putting down?
I want to use minis, but I want a marching order with minis, but I don't really want to.
Because there's always going to be that point in the game or one player going, I got to see how this looks. And sometimes you have to put it out there.
I've told this story before. I'm going to tell it briefly again. Years ago, back in the early days of Roll20, when Roll20 was working out most of its kinks and was starting to really hit its stride, I would blog about our game sessions that I was running. And they reached out to me, the powers that be at Roll20, and wanted to know if I wanted to film record one of our sessions and share it on YouTube. And they would, and this is before I did a YouTube channel. And I said, listen, just so you know, still to this day, I don't use tokens on Roll20. I use Fog of War, reveal the map, and then I use that goddamn pointer that goes bing, boo, boo,
yeah.
boo. And my players will go, tell me where you are. Bing, boo, boo, boo. And I also said to them, I go, listen, a 3-hour session will probably get cut down to about 30 minutes or less once I edit out the foul-mouthed bullshitting and politically incorrect shit that my friends will say during the session.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd be happy to do it. I was being honest. And that was my response. And the response that I got was crickets. They didn't even give me a decline. Thank you. We're not interested anymore. It's like, oh shit. Pretend you never actually sent this one out. Just be quiet. Mm-hmm. Just be quiet. So.
Well, I've got these. I'll show you. Now, I don't want to bring up my big old box of tokens that have pictures on them that I made and I bought and whatever. But lately, I want to cut down on what I have, so I have these.
Okay.
Now, I bought these on Amazon, and you can use wet or dry erase markers on them. And what I would do is, like, say I have a group of 6 goblins. I'll put one of the goblin tokens down there, and the rest will be like these green. I'll put like G or some arrow or something. I accidentally bought these first. These are 1-inch tokens.
Okay.
These are 1.5-inch tokens. I didn't realize they were that big at the time, but it's like, oh, do I want to get? No, I'm not going to get rid of them because I can put the 1-inch tokens on there and say, okay, he's invisible, he's flying, he's under charm or whatever. I just take a piece of tape and stick one of these on,
Or you can use it for large creatures. Like, okay, well, these
a larger creature. Yeah. So that's what I use now, and it's a hell of a lot better. Let me tell you.
It's weird, and I mean,
and you know what? These here, I got like 120 of them, $10.
That's actually a very good deal.
Now, I think these are the same $10.
What was your search on Amazon to find that stuff?
Oh, let me get you I'll get you. I will gladly share the link with you.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Amazon is your friend. Amazon listens to everything that you do. Amazon will start talking to you and recognize your voice on the echo. Echo. That's what gets me, when I say something that it wasn't supposed to hear, but somehow thinks it should have, it goes, yes, Eric, you're asking for something. It's like, oh shit.
It's kind of like the Alexa or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. It's like, Dave, don't do that, Dave. It's like, dun dun. I'm gonna shut you down, Dave. Don't do that, Dave. The goddamn AI, it's everywhere.
I'm sorry, I can't do that, Dave.
If you continue with your actions, you may have to be terminated.
Daisy.
Now I don't flip that off. Oh my.
Okay. Here's put the link up there. Put that link up there for them, and you can get your own tokens. Those are the 1-inch. I don't have the 1.5 ones. I think I got those somewhere else.
I'm sure they can figure.
They can figure it out. They're big. They're big people who use the internet. They can figure it out.
You're all adults in theory, so listen. We're just giving you the tools. No, we're not giving you anything.
If you want, and if you'd like to put that page up on here so they could see it, would even be better.
But they're gonna have to click it in the chat because nobody's gonna write down.
I know that, but I mean, can't you put it in like as another screen? Another picture.
Now I know it, Glenn.
You do that all the time.
Glenn, I didn't know what you were talking about. I mean, you want me to actually
now you do. Well, now you do.
You want me to open it up and then put it out there. Put it out there, damn it.
Okay. Open it up and put, boy, that sounds dirty.
Open it up and put, God damn it, put it out there. I don't want to put out.
Don't pull out. Don't put out. I'm glad you didn't say don't pull out. There it is.
Champagne tea. It's got good reviews too. 10-color small plastic learning counter disc.
And you can use it for poker chips too.
There you go.
Name tokens for storage box. Yeah, it comes in. If you look in the second or third picture, it shows you the book. This is not. That's how it comes. I happen to have this, and I.
Okay.
But that's how they come. And I'm thinking of getting another 120 because they got different. You can get like all one color too, and I'm thinking of getting all white ones.
Ooh.
And then save the rest for like special, monsters and stuff like that. The white ones I can hand to the players. I said, here, write your damn character name on here or something.
So it's roughly like 83 cents a token. That's not bad.
More or less, 120 of them.
Yeah,
not a bad deal.
not a big deal at all. I got to do that math in my head, and when I do that,
Don't do that. That's too hard. Don't do that.
well, that's the reason, Rachel's like, oh,
Anyway,
I enjoy
anyway, there
role
you go.
playing.
There you go, folks. You got it.
What? Okay.
Obviously, there you go, folks. Go buy them or not buy them.
Go buy him and up. Rachel likes playing role playing games, but she doesn't like the math. So I got to design a game that has no math.
Come
Yeah, I
on.
know. But
There's math. Everything has math.
she doesn't like
And I'm
math.
I'm starting to flicker again.
Folks, we're gonna put up that warning. Watching this show may cause a potential for seizures. Please take precautions. Um, if you are subject to epileptic fits, you may want to turn off your screen and just listen to the audio. I don't know. I don't. Uh,
I just cut down the to low definition. Still doing it. Okay.
dun, 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 dun.
Tell you what, I'm gonna fool around a bit. Keep talking.
Oh, Glenn's gonna fool around, folks. You've heard it here first.
That didn't
Oh,
work. Oh well. Yeah, I'm running out of uh, I'm running out of browsers to try here.
oh. Browser. Usually, the Chrome generally is, I guess, one of the preferred browsers. But I mean, I guess they're all built off the same.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I can try Microsoft Edge.
you can try the Edge. You can drop out for a minute and come on
Be
back.
right back.
So, folks, now you got the solo meme. By the way, that is the artwork to what will be Continual Light when it releases. James Shields did an amazing job on that cover. I can't wait to get that into your hands. Still trying to figure out what Watsy is doing with this 3.1 SRD, whether they're going to release it under the Creative Commons or not. So it's pretty much one of those hurry up and wait deals. So this is ready to go. Just going to need some changes for the final layout, but we are not there until we know what's going to be there. But the artwork is too good, and I think I'm did pretty well on it. I think that works pretty well. I can't complain. And I won't bore you with the shitty situation that's been going on with our 115-year-old plumbing. It's been an interesting week and a half of problems and salutations. There we go. There we go. We got flicker free Glen.
No,
No,
you don't.
no,
No, you don't.
no. All right. So, folks, I'll repeat the warning. Glenn himself may induce seizures in certain people. Um, you've been warned. Please take precautions, and
Use
we're not
protection.
well, I always listen when you're
Well, no,
watching.
this isn't Gamers Health. Sorry.
Hey, what are you talking about? Hey.
Well, let's just pretend. Let's just go on about gaming. Pretend this doesn't happen.
Okay.
Or
Or we lose Glenn again. Dun, dun, dun. I could do a dance routine. So my local pub is going to be reopening. The Irish pub is going to be reopening as a bar and grill with Nepalese menu, Northern Indian menu, and they're going to have an open night mic. An open night mic will mean
I'm just cycling through browsers right now.
he's cycling through browsers and they keep on flickering. Beep, 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 beep.
I don't want to gatekeep them.
No, you're not. You're not. Listen, folks. Even if Glenn flickers, you can still listen. So
That's
ignore the
true.
flicker. Oh, ignore the flicker. It's all in your head.
That is true.
I don't see any flickering anymore. It looks perfect to me. If you're seeing a flicker, if you're seeing a start screen camera, um, that tells you it's all in your head.
It's all in the mind.
And if it's in your head, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. We will.
That's
We
interesting.
will.
Anyway, how was your gaming week?
Well, we didn't have a game. We should have been gaming last Tuesday, but
Mm-hmm.
the session was supposed to be like the climax. Oh God, that sounds like a bad word to use in a RPG session. It was supposed to be the climax for one character's arc. It was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be an important session for one of our players who happened to be on a family vacation. They weren't going to be there. And then it became, all right, well, it's the summertime. We'll just punt it. But we're only gaming every other week for the summertime. So that means that our next game session won't be until next week. So, uh, it's
Uh,
been it's been
well,
like,
we had the Monday game, and right now we're not in Eberron, but we got teleported to the city of Brass. Believe it or not.
oh, that's nice. Now,
And we're
which
supposed to
version?
be we're supposed to be kidnapping this one guy for another guy, and this one guy happens to be a Rakshasa.
Okay.
So that's our goal right now. Matt's Thursday game. I didn't go because my foot has been acting up. It's swollen and it hurts and it's seeping and all that kind of stuff. And so it's like I don't want. I'm in pain. Leave me alone.
I don't blame you.
So that's my gaming for the week. I need to run something. My new game store is waiting. I mean, I want to run something. I don't get to run enough anymore. It seems like I don't get to be the GM enough anymore.
All right. So, folks, just so you know, there has, on my end, there have been no comments since I put up the link for Glenn. But I can see when I peek at the actual live stream on YouTube that there are comments coming in.
There are comments,
So what I'm gonna
believe it or not.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the refresh button, reload the page, and see if it makes a difference.
This should
So
be
now,
fun. Do
yeah,
I have to do? Do I have to do anything?
no, just
Okay, I'll just stay here and flicker then. Flicker, flicker, flicker. Clint flicker. Yeah, never want to put that in print, at least in a comic.
well, there we go. Holy Christmas!
How did you do that?
I just hit refresh on the page. It booted me out for a few seconds. I
What is
logged
that?
back in.
Control. What is that?
Uh,
Control R.
no, it's the I'm on Chrome. So in the upper left of the page, there is almost a complete circle with an arrow on
Uh
it,
huh.
and
Right.
that refreshes the page.
I am trying to find the equivalent here I'm on Vivaldi again. So
See if
don't worry, I'll figure it out.
okay.
I'm I'm good at that. Just keep talking gaming while I do this.
Well, hold on. Oh my God, I am really behind in this fucking chat now.
Are you?
Hold on a second, folks.
Don't worry about it. I mean, it's just chat.
I know, but still, I want to make sure that
I'm not trying to
the three witches is not
denigrate anybody there.
the three witches is not the view. The view has four. There you go. Glass beads and small wood blocks.
Okay. That didn't help. I tried to refresh myself.
Oh, okay. Well, you came back quickly. How about that? Ty, our
Yeah.
battle map was a poster board hand drawn out in 2.5 inch squares.
Wow,
We,
2.5.
we used balsa wood, 1/4 inch square strips cut to various lengths to make rooms and corridors.
And I went to
Damn,
my
you guys were intense.
and I went in my wood shop, which is 3 miles both ways uphill in a snowstorm.
God damn. Fancy schmancy is right.
Oh yeah. I have a UDD. Nothing fancy, it's just squares. I didn't do the zones. I want to get another one with zones. I ended up getting that from somebody who made it on Etsy. And I went to Walmart, and for $15, I got a Lazy Susan and just super glued that to the Lazy Susan. And it works.
Okay.
It's very nice.
It's
It's amazing what super glue can do.
especially when you put two fingers together. No, you can't use Necco wafers. Necco wafers. Well, first off, you shouldn't eat that shit because they
I
are
love
disgusting.
them. I love them.
Disgusting.
Hey.
I don't eat chalk. God damn it.
Well, you know, the same people who make the Necco wafers, once a year they make the Valentine's hearts, conversation hearts. It's the same thing, only it's heart shaped.
And it tastes about just as chalk-like, but yes.
But I like them.
Doc does not use any tokens. He does use dice sometimes for battle scenes.
Yeah, well, I've done that before myself. Until I did that like about the third session. Everybody goes, "Can we use something else?" But I have all these dice of different colors. Oh well.
And Tabletop Tap Room used washers. All right. See, the only use
I
of
use washers too. I mean, that's my tokens. Most of my tokens are washers with pictures pasted on them. From I either print them out in color or I buy old Magic. I used to buy old Magic the Gathering cards and punch them out.
The only thing I remember about washers was if I found the right size washer, I could use it in like one of those arcade in the arcade games here. And I go, it cost me nothing.
Fender washers, and this is what you punch them out with, 1 inch.
Okay.
You get this at Michael's for like $4 or something. Yeah, that's what I use. Yep.
Yes, Amazon locked somebody out of their smart home because they believed that he made a racial comment to a delivery guy through his Ring camera.
Huh.
I saw that story. I was like, "You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind." I can talk to you through my Ring camera, and nobody ever understands a word I say. So now you're gonna really tell me not to say.
It's kind of like when you pull up to a gas station and they got that talk. You know, if something's wrong with the pump, talk to the guy, and it's always like, yeah, I can't pump the gas.
It's like Bob Dylan, like, ordering a excuse me, and like a big man.
1200 plastic dinosaurs, cowboys, and Indians. So, oh yeah, that's the kind of stuff you get at toy stores or Michael's, or Hobby Lobby for that matter,
or Dollar Tree. I haven't seen
or
the
Dollar Tree.
Haven't seen the.
Well,
Dollar
the thing
Tree
is they've gotten. I mean, it's not like the days of Gary, where you can get these monsters from Japan or whatever. You are kidding me. Really?
I didn't know
a hurricane.
You guys live on the West Coast. You don't get hurricanes. They kind of stop in like.
Well, most of my family's in either Huntington Beach or Long Beach. So you got LA County and Orange County. So I guess I'll tell my brother and my sister. about it.
You know,
But that's weird.
I thought there was cyclones in the Pacific Ocean, and they are hurricanes.
No
Or is it
tornadoes out here.
Oh yeah, or they cyclones south of the equator, and
Hurricanes
hurricanes.
are the hurricanes are the ones that start in the ocean and then come ashore.
Right. Well, so are cyclones, but I'm not sure if it's based upon the body of water or the equatorial. Somebody say in the
Gotcha.
chat. I'll catch up to you at some point, you fuckers. Um, yes, dollar store dinosaur skeletons. Oh, nice. Ah, come on, Tom. Break them out. You got it, man. We got it. Oh, I have way too many fake fantasy coins that I've picked up over the years on Kickstarter, and I refuse to back anymore because God knows
Well,
I never use them.
I used to buy a 5-pound bag of gummy bears. We used those.
I used to sell that shit. 5-pound
And
bag.
it was great. You kill the monster, you get to eat it.
Oh, see, now that's good. See, I should have thought about that. You know what? You could have run Castle Greyhawk because Castle Greyhawk had gummy bears or gummy ogres or some shit like that. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Join
the Navy.
No, we're not gonna sing it.
They want you as a new recruit.
So, Tom, thank you.
It was better.
Yeah, that's the one sci-fi background I have is the main page background. That's the one sci-fi background I commissioned.
If Bad Mike would show up, we can get him in here, and then if I flicker out, he can take over.
No, I'd rather have a flickering Glen. Don't flick my Glen, damn it! Don't flick my Glen.
Well, I don't know how they get away with some. I was reading about in comic books when you print comic books or comics, whatever, never, because of the font, never name somebody Clint Flicker. Because the L and the I tend to merge. And yeah. I'm surprised Marvel gets away with Hawkeye's Clint Barton.
Oh, well, it probably wasn't thought of that initially, and then somebody went, "Oh, wait a second."
Yeah, Mystic Paladins. Yeah, okay.
And Glenn did not invent the deck of many things, and neither did the game designer in question, and neither did her paladin. Yeah, Glenn. There is a game designer at WotC who is self-identifying as autistic, and says that her paladin invented the deck of many things. I didn't know paladins could create magic items, let alone a deck of many things. As fucked up as that is,
well, yeah. Well, at least I don't play a character based on Tourette's guys. So.
Oh, that would be awesome. So listen, don't fuck yourself. I'd like to buy.
No, I'd be running around every time somebody hits me. It's Bob Saget.
L has try Opera GX gaming browser or Brave.
I should try Brave. I don't have Brave installed here. I have of course, Edge. I have to have that. I've got Chrome and Vivaldi. I love Vivaldi because it's got such an awesome ad blocker. It's really good. I can go on YouTube and never see an ad.
Is Glenn cursed tonight? I don't know. I do not know if Glenn is cursed tonight. I don't think so.
Ask the doctor who brought me into this world. He probably
Doc,
No.
Doc, is he cursed? You're a doctor. You tell him. Is he cursed? All right. Now, I'm going to guess that we've had chat in the last 12 minutes.
Yes, we have. I see.
God damn it. It's all going to shit today. I'll be right back as I refresh my page. Okay. No, somehow I lost Glenn in the midst of that too. So you just
No.
had
I was no. No, you didn't. Yeah, well, Mr. Gunn said F5, so it's like F5. Oh, okay, that's how you refresh.
yes, have Mr. Gunn. Let me explain to you, eh? I give a two
Okay,
fucks.
okay. Bad Mike's in the house. Maybe if you get him on here, he'll make me look good.
Oh, Mike, Glenn, you look good. You just look like a
Oh, I always
disco.
look good. Look kind of
You just got
grizzly
that
tonight.
disco effect, man.
I look kind of grizzly tonight, but
So no, you look awesome.
I
See, I'm
guess
so far behind. I don't know what was a good one there,
paper
Don.
standees are good too. I always wanted those Arc Knight stuff, but that's like a whole. That's again hundreds of dollars of like investment that I don't really. I've already got all the tokens. I've got a huge tackle box full of tokens that I bought from TSR or WotC and I
Right.
made myself. And you know, if you use fender washers, that's a lot of weight.
It is.
Yeah.
Metal ain't light, man. Doc, the secret to any RPG that's fantasy, Call of Cthulhu, anything where your players are going to get in the confrontation is fire.
Mhm.
Okay? Players will use fire like you will not. And yes, they will burn down buildings that are otherwise useful because fire was an option.
No, Doc, I'm sorry you didn't get into the Monday online game about 6 months ago because my Carlos, our GM, was running a scenario, what we called the House of 1,000 Mimics. We were basically dealing with this one noble that we've dealt with before, and his house got overrun with mimics with a like mother alien mimic birthing them. This is the first time I had ever seen a treasure mimic.
A treasure mimic. Wait a
Treasure
second.
mimic.
So
One of the guys went into the one room where his vault, where he keeps all his stuff. A mimic got in there and decided to impersonate the treasure. And all of a sudden, we were getting attacked by like gold pieces and magic items and
right.
other stuff. That's it was crazy. It was absolute, but it was a fun game. The House of I keep telling you, you got to polish this. House of 1,000 Mimics. What a great idea.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do
Uh,
one last
we
refresh.
even captured a tiny one that was impersonating an ink bottle on the desk because the guy who helped us figure it out, he said, "Well, can you get me one?" I said, "Sure. Here you go." Anyway,
I'm back. I think
yeah.
there I go.
So we had a little ink bottle mimic that we gave him. He was happy. The mage that helped us fix it. We ended up killing the queen mimic queen or whatever you want to call it. It was a fun game too.
The Mimic Queen. Buffalo Trace, pretty good actually. Uh,
Really?
yeah, I like Buffalo Trace, and it got used up at my birthday party. It was a big hit, and that nearly full bottle was gone within like an
Wow.
hour. Why is Glenn flickering? Why do I have to constantly refresh this page just to get the chat to update?
Well, maybe if you come on here, I will stop flickering.
Yeah, Mike. Mike, it's all your fault. God damn it. Control F5. I don't
I
know
can
if that
hardly
works.
wait to see I can hardly wait to see tomorrow what this looks like on YouTube.
Oh my God. Glenn, let's take a piece of this out and make sure sure. For the best of the Triple D podcast with AI Glenn. Glenn is,
Yes.
yeah, can you do your best max headroom?
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Somebody mentioned that on here. I was thinking about that. Oh, we're going to play some D&D and D
D,
and D and
hey,
D. D. You got to get me from like here up without any arms and some
there you
weird
go.
background back there.
Yeah, I remember my first flucker. Yeah, okay, Mike. It seems to be updating now because I seems like I got Mr. Glenn's current comment. So I think we're kind of. Oh yeah, it's updating. Don't know why it didn't after the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, necklaces that are mimics. Lots of fun. Yeah. Well, a necklace of strangulation it just works as well too. So I mean, come on.
That's true.
Joke's on you. I went through several girlfriends until I got my first flicker. But that's what it sounded like too, didn't it, Mike? You, not the horse. Oh yeah, the horse sound. Um, Glenn is like another man in a gang shower. You simply try to not look.
I try to not look at me.
All right, so this week I am going to. I need to do this in a distraction-free environment, so I plan on sitting at the picnic table in the backyard with the
Yes.
new Star Trek solo RPG and try to play out I don't know, they call it episodes. I want to see how that plays out. And the only way I'm going to get that done is to get away from my computer because my computer, I'm going to be distracted. So
I have one of these. I've shown this before, I think.
I've
This
seen
is
those.
a Neo 2. You've seen those like, what's it called? Free write, where it's distraction-free writing.
Right.
And they're like $500, $400 or $500.
Right.
You can get this on eBay, $25. Screen lights up. You can do it, and then you plug. Basically, you get a plug. Excuse me, a cord that is basically like a cord you would use on a printer. You know, the box shaped on one end and then a USB on the other, and you just plug that into your computer from this, and you open your whatever word processor you use and just tell it to like download or whatever, and it'll write it right out there, and you'll have a copy on your computer. Yeah.
What's that called? What's that called again?
It's a Neo 2. These were made they don't make these anymore, but they're you can find them dirt cheap on eBay. And they only take like a couple of AA or AAA batteries or something like that. And they're always ready to go. You know, you can type up to 200 pages in this thing.
Wow.
You know, it's got like file 1 through 9. You hit print and it just prints it out right there, and you've got a copy. I use this for distraction-free writing when I'm trying to prep or something or come up with something.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Oh, and I even put up OneNote, and it did it right on OneNote. It's great.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So they have it up on Amazon, used. Obviously, you're probably going to use one for
Yeah, that's what this is.
130 for 138. I wonder.
Oh, come on. I paid $25 for this like I said, on eBay.
I know.
Try
I know.
eBay.
I'm gonna try. Let's see. That's the Amazon. Though there are more than one seller, so
Yes,
I'm
there
gonna
is.
guess you. Somebody else wants
No, this is
$159. Oh
just a
my
screen.
god!
Is this on eBay?
No,
Wow.
I found out on eBay.
These were, yeah. These were
$78.
made. These, how much?
$78, I think, is the cheapest I've seen.
Wow. Well, still, that's pretty. These were made for schools.
Okay.
So, and like the teacher had a main program up there, so they type it and they print and put it on her screen, and then she grade them or whatever. But yeah, they don't make these anymore.
$49.99 with like $12 shipping. All right. There is one. There is one that comes with case, and there's a case for this.
There you go.
Go figure that one out.
Go get the Neo 2. Don't get the Neo. Neo 2's got a little bit more oomph, and it can hold more. Like I say, you do 200 pages, and it's like, fine, 200 pages. Print, and just clear it out.
Wow.
It's even got a calculator and stuff like that.
I used to do my papers in college on a Brother word processor with like, I
used to have one of those. The ones where you type it and you get it on the screen and then say, put the paper in and go watch it, do its thing.
Yeah, but you have like 2 lines. So you can only see 2 lines at a time. So it was just like one and done, man. You can't edit this shit. It's
well, that one you can, in the settings, you can adjust the font size and stuff. There's like 3 or 4 fonts that you can adjust. There's only like 4 or 5 lines at a time, but you can adjust it if it's smaller for more, or if you're old like me, bigger for less. Something like that. Anyway, that's what I recommend.
That's pretty cool, man, actually.
Yeah. Haven't used it in quite a while since I haven't been able to prep anything because I haven't been able to GM.
Right.
But anyway.
Well,
and it stores on there too if you're not through with it. I think it's 200 pages per file because they got like 9 files in it. I think it's 200 per file. So that's a hell of a lot of writing.
See, now I have to prep now for ShireCon. ShireCon's in a month.
What are you running?
God, what is it called? Hold on a second. Oh God, where the hell is it? I am running an adventure that just got released, and it's like a module. You can run it differently. The Mausoleum Maze of Mondulak the Mad. It's by Eric Hoffman. So
you're running Swords of Wizardry?
Yes, Swords of Wizardry Light.
Okay.
So Mike, if you're listening, you make sure that you got to send copies of Light to Shia Khan, the Shia Khan guy. You know what I'm saying? Because that Shia Khan guy needs my copies. Why is Glenn flickering? Chinese software on his PC from that thing. You can't catch a disease from Glenn flickering. Okay?
And this is a good camera, too. I don't use the one built in because those always look terrible. I got this on Amazon. This is another off-brand from Amazon, but I haven't had any trouble until now. Oh well, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna. Yeah, maybe
Back.
I should use a laptop. Somebody said. Anyway,
A Bluetooth keyboard with your phone. Heresy, man. Heresy.
theater in the prop room. Okay. Well, I got a new tablet. I should try this on the new tablet next time. What do you think?
Sure, why not?
Because I've got a tablet with a keyboard and a mouse and a pen for some
Ooh.
reason. Yeah, it was $98. What the hell? It's another one off-brand, even though it is an Android. What is the name of the company? VU Savior or something like that. UV Savior or something. Some weird Chinese name. I don't know. But it works great. Great little Android laptop. 10-inch laptop. Great.
Not too shabby.
And that's another thing I use for distraction-free writing. Although there are movies and PDFs and radio shows on there, I can still use it for distraction-free writing. Take it in the dining room or something. Whatever you got to do to get your prep down, or your adventure writing down.
Oh, cool! Tammy and Tom are going to be in my game. I haven't even registered to play the game yet. I'll have to do that over the weekend. Hey, Mike's calling.
Yeah, we talked about it. Clint Flicker.
Clint Flicker.
You'll only tell if they use all capitals though.
All right. So L has advice. Plug in.
Unplug the camera. He may have something there.
And then there was Glenn. And then there wasn't Glenn. And then there was Flicker Glenn. And then there wasn't Glenn. And then there was a Glenn. And then there's Flicker Glenn. All right, let's catch up in our Mark. My old camera stopped working with the latest OBS update. I don't know. StreamYard has been updating. It's not it's not necessarily an update on our end, but they've been updating on their end. I know they've been adding features of the video I was supposed to watch the other day, which I didn't watch because I didn't watch it. Amber on black, green on black, or white on black. I think I prefer the green on black. That is the classic. Screen transmitted disease. Don't even start, sir. Don't even start. Amber Black is my stripper name. There you go. Oh, if Glenn's got a reboot, then you're gonna be all mine. God damn it. Even Max played Civ 1 on it and got good at discerning the different looks of the different colors in Civ 1. Oh, 3.5-inch floppies. I remember swapping those 5.25-inch floppies on my Commodore 64. New setup with better cameras and timing was weird. It's always weird. All right, and
how do you like me now,
Glenn? Are you? I mean,
I tried that in a small town and it fixed my camera.
Are you real or are you AI? Because I think you were AI before, but
I'm
now
Memorex.
Okay.
That just dated me right there.
Is it real?
OBS, right. Right. Okay.
Try it.
But I did do the thing. So
and it did do the thing.
It did
You
do
did
the
the
thing.
thing. You did the
Yeah.
thing, and it did do the thing.
Are we running out of gaming stuff to talk about?
I don't know. I'm still catching up on the chat.
You
No,
worry about that. You
Eric
worry
is
about
not.
that too much.
Eric is not flickering. Mr. Gunn. Eric is not flickering. It's not an STD.
What he said.
John.
Hey,
John.
hey, bend your elbow. Bend one for me.
Goddamn Guinness. Guinness is a meal, man. You gotta give me a knife and fork. And give me about like 2 hours to finish the pint. My pint will get warm before I finish it. But I'll have that
Really?
Guinness mustache over my mustache.
I wish there was another con I could get into by the end of the year, but it looks like they're all either done or booked up.
Oh. So, Bad Mike says he bought and loaded up Skyrim Anniversary Edition today. Am I wrong? Mike, I realized I was paying for Xbox Game Pass, so I converted it to like Game Pass Plus, and now I can play Skyrim on my Mac, and I started doing so the other day. And
you have a Mac? I'm not going to associate with you. No, I'm serious. I started on a Mac, so yeah.
I started on Windows, and then I was like, I can't, man. Once I stopped building my own PCs, I wanted an environment that I can make sure my family could not damage themselves. I was pretty good at not. I was pretty good at going across the world of computerisms without getting viruses or diseases of the computer thing. Whereas my parents and my sister was like, I got a train of death.
That happened. Well, I got priced out of Macs, so.
Yeah, no, that certainly can happen.
Basically, yeah, that's what happened with me. I'd love to stay. I would have loved to stay with Mac, even though they did have much less software I could download than a PC.
Yep.
Windows. And then there's people going, well, you do Linux. No, not do Linux because I don't do DIY software. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So in other words, you want me to go from a system that is virus prone but runs everything to a system that is not virus prone but runs a more limited selection to one that will never get a virus because it doesn't run anything. That's kind of the.
I used to read these comments of people who had Linux. Well, did you try putting this line in the code? And so I don't fool with code. Thank you. I'm a user, not a programmer.
Yeah, I used to be a builder, but I was never a programmer. I
don't care about kernels and lines and stuff like that. I just want the damn thing to work.
The last computer language I experimented with was Pascal, and I was lost. That was in high school.
Well, I like the fact that Windows, it is, you got to watch the virus and stuff, but at the same time, I can get everything I want for free. I don't have to have Office. I don't have to have Photoshop. I mean, yes, it may be a little bit more of a pain in the ass. I mean, I still haven't figured out GIMP, but I have an old copy of PaintShop Pro, which I bought, but it was like the best $100 I ever spent. There's also other free softwares out there that I can do whatever I want on. So that's one thing that Windows got going for it. Probably the only thing.
Fair enough. Don has a question. Are there any RPGs that are new that are coming out that you both want to try?
Dolmenwood. which is not an RPG. It's a setting, but still.
It's a setting, with a standalone rule set that's a hack of OSE. Oh my
Really?
God, yeah. So it is a standalone RPG / setting. It's an all-in-one pack.
I want it for completeness sake because I got practically everything that Glenn Seal put out for the Midderlands. And Dolmenwood's supposed to be his version of Ireland. And it always says, see the Dolmenwood stuff. And at the time, they were just like zines. And it's like, no, give me a book. I don't want to buy 7 to 12 zines to get the rest of the British Isles or Ireland or whatever the hell.
Gosh darn it, the heck. But all right, so and then this is like a true confession. It's got a Katrina's cover. It just started shipping. It was a Kickstarter. It's a conversion of a Swedish game, Dragon. It got translated into English, and it's Dragon something or other. And I gotta confess, I got it at the end of July or beginning of August, and I haven't even cracked the wrap over yet, the cellophane, because I know once I do, I'm going to be lost. I'm going to be like, oh, this is effing awesome. I'm going to want to run it. So I haven't even opened it up yet, and I can't. And of course, my mental block is I can't remember what the hell it's called. I should probably.
I've had games like that before. Really?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Have you ever stumbled upon a game like, say, a bookstore or something like that, and you never heard of it, and then you buy it and take it home, and hey, this is pretty neat. I don't know what happened to this one. I got one right here. Here's one that I got at half price. Bare Bones Fantasy. It's still out there.
Oh, it's good.
Do stuff. Yeah. But I read through it and I'm going, hey, this is kind of cool. You know? It's a D10 based system, but it's got everything you need right there. And it was like, what did I pay for this? I think it was less than $10, more like $5. That's probably no one half price books are probably 15. But at the same time, I just leave this in my bag, just to have it in there in case I ever want to use it. You know, I could probably, get a blank piece of paper for a character sheet and, everybody gets a blank character sheet. Yes. In fact, there's the character sheet right there. And I don't know if I have a PDF of this or not. There's the character sheet right there. But if I do, I just print out some blank character sheets and do that. Anyway, yeah, I love finding stuff like this.
Well, Glenn, the setting material for Bare Bones Fantasy includes a Tenkar's Tavern. So that's
really,
probably
they know you. Wow.
They knew me at the time, I guess. Bare Bones
Fantasy Kingdoms. Yeah, it comes with its own setting too. Karanak Kingdoms, which you can use or not use. I mean, it's a nice setting. Look at this. It's a very nice map. And it's very, they said they're doing it in broad strokes so you can make whatever you want with it, which is nice of them. They just give you like, here's the sections, here's these towns, here's the Pantheon, go for it. And I think, stuff like that is to me the essence of indie gaming.
Right.
I mean, right now I'm on, index card RPG. I'm all about that and Hyperborea. But something like this would be great if you're like late at night at a con. You guys want to play something? I'll just haul this out.
Talking about Hyperborea, folks, if you go to Bundle of Holding, Hyperborea 3rd edition is one of the bundles in PDF. So if you don't have it, that's your chance.
By the way, if Jeff Talanian is watching, and I'm sure he isn't, I had 2nd edition, but I gave it to my game store, my new game store.
You didn't sell it? You gave it?
I gave it. I also gave my previous copy of Basic Fantasy because I got the 4th edition now. Yeah, I was like, I went over there and it's like, here, take these, get some use out of them. And I get use out of Hyperborea, but that big book, oy, oy, oy. I
So
can't
now
carry
it's
that.
in 2 books. So you don't have,
Yeah.
you can get double padding.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tom, yeah, I was on the 8.5 year plan to get my BA. So I got my BA in history. It took me 8.5 years, with a year and a half off in the middle. And then my sister started 4 years after me and graduated with me, and she graduated magna cum laude, and I was just fucking happy to graduate. So
I
there you go.
graduated magna cum real loudy.
Dolanwood has not yet beat um, Shadow Dark. I believe it's sneaking up on $1.1 million, but I expect it to land somewhere in the 2.2 range. So it's going to beat it. Definitely. That's awesome.
My role playing buying is like once a year at North Texas, and the occasional Kickstarter. And anybody else who sends me stuff that they want to review, which reminds me, I have a PDF here on my desktop.
Oh.
I got out of the blue, I got a review copy of The Return of Robilar. Sounds familiar?
Yeah, it does.
It's Kunz's character.
Okay,
Bob
yes.
Kuntz. And it's like he sent me that for review.
When?
And I'm still looking at it. It's like, what, a few days ago? Like Monday or something like that? Yeah, and it's like out of the blue. It's like, here. It's like, okay, I'll look at it. It's huge. It's, what does it say here? I got review copy. It's 111 pages.
Oh, damn.
All about his character, and I guess there's an adventure in there, I think. But I'll give it a shot. I'll probably do it on Radio Grognard, because that's where I review PDF onlys, which is good because it'll get out soon. The review will get out sooner. So yeah, that's I was kind of blown away by that. He thought of me. Thank you, Rob. Wherever you are, which is, I believe, in France. I believe he's in France now, or something like that. But Robilar is one of the original D&D characters with Gary and all them. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Gunn, you got that same BA in history. Hey, listen, it ensured I had a college degree, so I was offered a position at my job when I was working retail in a major department store as a department manager, which I turned down because I would have been a pay cut from my old electronic salary. And it enabled me to not have to go back to school to get promoted to sergeant in the NYPD. So it serves its purpose. It was a good investment.
The way, I'm going to skip down to Tabletop Tap Room here. Looks like Ernie Jr. is in the hospital again, or in the hospital, I should say.
Oh, I actually, you're right. I saw something about that. Not just in the hospital. I heard he was in intensive care.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah. Ernie has been suffering from the symptoms that he's discussed on his social media. It sounds like congestive heart failure and possibly that.
Oh, God, I had that.
Yeah.
So he's at Mercy. Mercy's a good hospital. We got Mercy here in Oklahoma. Thoughts and prayers going on, Ernie. Hope you'll be getting better soon.
Yeah, I mean it's not fun. Glenn had congestive heart failure. I had congestive heart failure. I've got 5 stents now.
I have none.
I'm healthier now than I've probably been in the last 20 years, which is great.
CHF. CHF was in there for a week testing, and I guess they caught it in time or something. And I had an enlarged heart too, and it shrunk.
There you go. That's awesome. Bro.
Oh, speaking of ailments, one of my friends in Austin, as I call them, the Austin group. Her name is right. But she arranges trips, cruises, and she the latest cruise, she does these gaming cruises. Okay, they go somewhere like the Caribbean or whatever on one of the cruises, and they game when they're not in port or something like that. And I saw they had the trip. She's on the trip, and almost immediately, like a day after they started, she gets COVID.
Wow.
You believe that?
That sucks.
And she spent like 2-3 days in her cabin, but I guess she's recovered now. Okay. Randy, thank you, Randy Tinsley. I hope you're healthy.
There you go. Mark, Creative Mountain Games, Clover. I currently live in the same apartment Rob and Terry Kuntz grew up in.
Wow. Oh, that's too bad. I didn't know Bad Mike had CHF too. Wow. Did you know that? Of course you knew that, right?
Am I not getting updates again? I don't know.
Shit. He says 5 stints. Mr. Gunn says, shit. 5 stints?
Yes, I had 5 stints. I had 3 when I was in the hospital, and then it was a follow-up a week later for the 4th because I could only do so much at one time. And then last spring, they sent me in to possibly clear a blockage of one of my stents, and that blockage was there, and they cleared it and they re-sheathed it, but then they found a 70% blockage that didn't show up on any of the testing. So.
Yeah, we're gonna start calling you Eric 5 Stints Tenkar.
5 stints. Eric 9 Lives Tenkar. He was David 9/11. Got cancer. Got congestive heart failure.
Well, you're in New York. You're in New York. Maybe you're a button man for one of the 5 families. Yeah, go get 5. Go get 5. You want a guy whack? Go get 5 Stints Tenkar.
You know, he had 9 lives. He's down to 4 now, but he's still got a couple in his back pocket just in case he needs it. You know what it's like, eh?
Tenkar the stint. Tenkar the stint.
Yeah. So Mike did not have congestive heart failure. That was in reference to me.
Eric the stint. Yeah.
Hey. I know a guy. God, I haven't seen my pub closed. I know a guy who had 42 stents in his heart.
Does he have a heart left?
I don't know. That's like a cycle heart.
Is this just like they planted a pump in there instead?
It's like he has to keep those heart pills with him. So I was like shit.
Yeah. I'm in the middle of trying to get a new doctor because of the kind of cancer scare we had last week. We want to get one closer to home here. Because my foot's still messed up. It's still, I'm trying to keep from getting cellulitis again, but it's swollen up and it's oozing and, it looks bad. And I'm on Lasix and, I'm going like a racehorse, but it's not helping. But anyway, that's my health update. I can go back to gaming now.
Tenkar's Tavern, 5 stents in the Ring of Doom. Don wants to know, Glenn, what is your usual timeline turnaround? If you get something to review, what's your turnaround?
Don, thank you for keeping us on track. I appreciate it. I haven't said anything before, but I really do appreciate it because we tend to get off track a lot here. But my turnaround depends on whether you want a YouTube review or my Radio Grognard podcast review. Because the podcast reviews, I do 3 a week, 3 episodes a week. So that'd come out right away. I usually reserve those for the stuff I only get PDFs, because I have nothing to show them on camera. So I do the PDFs there, and everything else I do here on YouTube. But I haven't done one in quite a while.
All right, so for a physical one, I'm going to say the Quinn's turnaround is about 2 weeks.
Yeah, or less.
Okay.
I'm trying to get back into it again, because now I stopped doing it because I had lousy equipment, basically. And now I have better equipment, and I want to get back into it. So, yeah, that's 2 weeks or less. What's this article about E1 execs?
No.
Doesn't really matter, because Hasbro doesn't own them anymore, do they?
Right, but they still have a content studio. And they are a bunch of names that I never fucking heard of. They've tapped a trio of former Entertainment One execs to head up its newly launched Hasbro Entertainment Content Studio. Because remember, when they sold off E1, they kept certain properties. Peppa Pig, Transformers, and I believe Dungeons and Dragons as a movie thing. They kept
franchise
these
stuff.
Right. They jettisoned pretty much all the TV series. Like I think they did The Rookie and other stuff. They jettisoned in the E1 sell-off, and it really was a fucking sell-off. So, yeah, I'll have to read this whole article later.
Yeah, I was going to say, if they gave up Transformers, they're nuts. I mean, that thing is a cash cow.
Dave, thank you for hanging, man.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. Hope to talk
You're
to
a trooper. I think our
Mr.
audience,
Gunn's going too.
I think our audience is saying something.
Okay. They sold Naked and Afraid.
You know, there's a little crossover between the two, but it isn't Bare Naked and Afraid. If it was Bare Naked and Afraid, I could see how you get into Baldur's Gate 3. Listen, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be pumping money. I'm not going to say what's going to be pumping like, but it's going to be pumping out money. It's
any day now.
It's not going to lose. All right, that's part of their $1 billion goal for D&D.
Oh yeah.
And Transformers may be flopping in the box office, but they get a lot of residuals and monies because all their fucking toys sell for that shit.
Yeah.
Yes. No, Mike, we're not going to midnight.
No, I would have grandchildren on my back about it. And
Grandpa.
I would, but. And if anybody wants me to run a game who are in the Oklahoma City area, let me know. I don't even know why I put that out there, but I'm going to put that out there anyway.
Nice.
I'm really tired of one shots. That's about all I run anymore is one shots. I'd like to get something of a campaign going. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice?
I would like to run a multi-session Call of Cthulhu story arc.
Really?
So something that runs for like 3 or 4 sessions. I'd like to do that. So maybe I can get something up and ready and running for October, semi regularly.
Whoa,
80%. Ooh.
80% broken on delivery? Wow.
That sucks.
That tells you right there. Buy Amazon.
My toys when I was that age of buying toys or getting toys, Micronauts were the shit. Micronauts. I had the guy the greenish, they were metal too for the most part. There were some plastic ones, but I had the metal who had like the rocket launcher, which would shoot like, I don't know, 2 feet before it would, but didn't matter. It shot a big blob of rocket launcher.
Gage, when he was a young kid, had a couple of Transformers. I had the one. He had an Optimus Prime Transformer and that Decepticon police car. The Optimus Prime, no problem. I could transform that, no problem. That friggin' cop car, oh, that was a pain. It's like, I got it all together. It's like, oh, turn into a robot. No. He turns into a robot. He stays a robot. Grandpa ain't going to do it for you.
Figure it out yourself, kid. I don't care if you Rubik's Cube it and pull the goddamn stickers off the cube. I don't care how you do it. I ain't doing it for you.
I wouldn't mind having like a Hyperborea campaign or one with the Index Card RPG using my own world or something like that. The Orange Coast. There's a lot to work with there. Anyway.
All right.
That's why I see all these YouTube videos about how to prep, how to do this, and they always assume you're in the middle of a campaign. And I'm not. I don't even have players, Anyway, what were you saying?
I had a Raggedy Andy. I did have a Raggedy Andy when I was like 4. But then when I got into G.I. Joe's, G.I. Joe Kung Fu Grip, that was... Only problem is that after a while, their fingers fell off. And then you'd be like, well, my G.I. Joe, this one, a grenade blew up in his hand. I mean, because you were a kid and you were watching these Vietnam news updates. So you'd be like, or I would play with them in that little wading pool you had in your backyard. And they had that little stubby hair. It wasn't painted on. And their hair would start falling out from being in the water. And I'd be like, it's radiation poisoning. So I was very aware of what was going on in the world at the time. So my G.I. Joes were having their fingers blown off by grenades and getting radiation poisoning. So I was ready. I was ready to be a gamer at the age of 12. I was ready.
Hey, go down to Mark Clovers. He's got an update on Ernie.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Don. I don't know what the point is, but thank you. Improving, but they want to transfer him to Madison via ambulance when it can. Good. Glad to hear it.
No. Listen, I spent 3 weeks in the hospital. 2020, I was hospitalized 3 times. My second time with congestive heart failure.
I mean, I may have said a few things. I'm going to admit that I said a few things about Ernie, but nobody should go through that kind of crap.
Yeah,
I feel for him.
Listen, life crises that are life-threatening are the great equalizer. Okay, we put aside whatever differences we have, and we hope that somebody improves.
Exactly. We always want you back. We always want you back at the table.
Yeah. So. All barbers end up looking like the Toxic Avenger. My G.I. Joe wound up playing the part of Ken for my sister when she got.
I hear that they're remaking Toxic Avenger.
How do you remake Toxic Avenger? I mean, you're gonna have too much of a budget to remake that property. It has to be a schlocky movie to be a proper remake.
It was a schlocky movie to begin with.
I know. I want a schlocky. If you're gonna remake it, it's got to keep that schlocky. It won't. It'll be. Like,
I don't even think it's. What's the name of the studio? I can't remember the name of the studio who did Toxic. Everybody knows them, and I can't think of it. Oh well. But I don't think it's the original. I don't think it's the original production company either. Somebody else.
Probably not.
Probably Rob Zombie or somebody.
Oh, stop it. Can they remake it? Wouldn't that be abusing disabled? His girlfriend was blind. You know, listen, they can remake whatever they want. You got Snow White and the Seven Dwarves without seven dwarves.
They'll make it. They'll figure out how to make it woke. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's like Snow White
like
was.
When I first heard that Disney bought Fox and was going to put all their old pictures in the vault, I just laughed because, with the sole exception of Rocky Horror Picture Show, because they'd have a revolution on their hands if they did that.
They're all going to be pulled. Mark, be good.
Yeah.
Snow White and the Seven Beatniks. Yep. Snow White and the Seven not height.
I did a stage show that were basically kind of satirical rewrites of Brothers stuff. And I was in practically all of them, but Frog Prince, Rumpelstiltskin, and Snow White. And Snow White was basically, she moved into like a slum apartment and we were the seven dwarves. And I was one. And it was funny because we only had six actors. So I get to carry around a like dummy with the number 7 on its shirt. Who's the seventh dwarf?
Ain't no dummy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And
my 70s sitcom coming back to me.
Huh?
I don't mean to be Sanford. Ain't no dummy.
Yep. Sorry. That SANFORD period.
Oh, God.
It's got FS on the inside of the hat. That's Fred Sanford's. Oh, I thought it was for sweating. I remember bits and pieces of that show. I remember an early one where the two cops come in and they said they saw somebody stealing something. And they says, were they colored? Yeah, white.
It's a good answer, man. Wow, Glenn, we're nearing an hour and 45 minutes, folks.
And Ben Mike isn't even here. Wow.
No, folks, you would not believe.
Trauma. Terry, thank you. Trauma.
You would not believe the amount of show prep that Glenn and I put into this. Literally, you would not believe
that much.
Was it that much? But even that,
you know,
Chief.
It's almost 7 o'clock. Let me finish my drink. Okay, let's go.
Chief,
this is like
the opposite. That much, Chief.
This is like the opposite of Thaco's Hammer. You know, Thaco's Hammer. We get notes from Brian, and you know, we just go. But yeah, that's good. He's gone. Never mind. Don's gone. I was going to say, if you really don't want us to talk about a new release for another year, put it on Thaco's Hammer.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Folks, we're gonna wrap this up.
I guess we have to.
But
I'm not flickering.
He's not flickering, so you don't have to worry about getting a seizure. But not like a video game. It's not going to be that bad.
That's true.
Next Friday, there is no live stream. Next Friday, I will be with my lovely wife at a Jimmy Dore comedy show in Manhattan. So, we got the meet and greet.
I'll see you. So I'll see you guys in 2
weeks. I don't know if we're going to move the random party generators to a different night, like Thursday. I don't know.
You know, I could always come on that show. Why don't you just have me on the random party generator? We'll call that an episode.
We can do that. We can do that tomorrow night. Gamers Health. By the way, we are going to have an actual published academic author on Gamers Health probably later on this month. This month is running out, or early September. We got to look at the schedule. I don't think
Who
we're
is
going
it?
to do the holiday weekend. Yeah, I'll get. Let me find his. Let me find his name. So it's Daniel Hand. He has a book on using RPGs in therapy,
Ah,
and
good,
yeah, he's a
good
Brit.
subject.
He's in the UK, so we're going to hook up with him. So I'm going to push that one far and wide when we finally have a date for it because we love having guests and we love having guests that make us look even less important because they're actually published. So,
Yeah.
Glenn and I doing a show next week, maybe. Wow, is it? You can have an extra
The
mic.
shoe, where's our
That's
shoe?
true. That's true.
Really big shoe.
No
I'm
heaven
dating,
there. No heaven there.
dating myself again.
We're
I'm
gonna have.
I'm the king. I'm the king of impressions that people don't recognize anymore.
And we're gonna have a professional. We're not gonna have a poof professional that likes to pretend that they are. We're not gonna have a pretend professional. We're gonna have a professional, and no
You scared
Hollywood
me.
lawyers attached to it.
You
Yeah,
scared me, man. You scared me.
But yes, but so that's gonna be coming up in a couple of weeks. With the holiday weekend coming up, except we might have to boot it until September. We'll see. We'll see how the schedule ends. Um, but in any case, there's a game with House tomorrow night. Rach and I, and we hope to see you there. And as always, say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. Say good night, Gracie.
There you go. There you go.
I used to do a really good George Burns.
That was pretty good.
I've been in the theater. Good night, Terry.
All right, folks. Be safe, be well. God bless for all those eyes, for all them well. Tomorrow night,
Listen
Rachel
to There Comes Hammer. Listen to Radio Grognard.
Glenn, when is
Watch
there
my
a
stuff
new
on.
when is there a new Thakos Hammer coming out?
Good luck on that. I'm still trying to get people to.
Right.
I'm still trying to get us all together. It ain't going to happen this Sunday. I'll tell you that.
I just had to ask. I
know. You're contractually obligated.
Contractually obligated.
Yes.
Yes. Just like at some point, I gotta go. James, when is this referee book coming out for Limitations of the Playing Princess?
And if anybody needs any, voiceover stuff, I'm here. If you need like me to read narrate stupid box in your module, I can record it and give it to you.
Voice over or under? It's Glenn.
Yes, I'm thinking like $5. I was going to go on Fiverr and do this.
All right, there you go. He's on Fiverr.
Anyway,
and when you get Glenn, by the way, you get a large amount of voices, not just the ones that are in Glenn's head, but the other voices that come out. So
yeah,
I
always wanted to do a Hank Hill in one of the games. Anyway, I don't feel comfortable with this game, if you know what I mean.
There you
go. Anyway, good night, folks.
Later, all.
Bye-bye.